Hello and welcome to Council Catch-Up. I'm Derek Westby, your host for this show, and we're just reminding you that you can also watch us on WSTO. You can visit WSTO.tv for more information. You can also watch us on TDS Channel 12, Spectrum Channel 981, on our Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and Fire TV apps, and add us on your Android and iOS devices, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So we're here to talk about the February 14th, 2023 council meeting. We had the roll call and all of the normal stuff at the beginning, and then we had a presentation by Forward Development Group for a concept plan for a multifamily project.
Sure. A few years ago, Forward Development Group built the True Hotel by Hilton out by Kettle Park West in the Walmart area. And at the time, the plan was to do an addition that would include a convention center that would serve the hotel and Stoughton in general. And what's happened kind of pre and post-COVID is that the weekday business in the hotel has not reached the levels that they had anticipated. Weekend sales are good at the hotel. And what they're looking to do is repurpose the lots that are behind the hotel and turn those into multi-unit apartments.
And from the look of it, there were about 140 units planned.
Yeah, it's pretty high density. There was a number of questions at City Council regarding traffic flow and really, the concept. Same thing with the Plan Commission. They were there the night before that. And really the purpose of the presentation was to get feedback to Forward Development Group as they work toward designing a plan.
All right. And then there was a consent agenda with the minutes and some operator licenses for alcohol sales. And then we had Old Business Ordinance 2 of 2023, the hotel motel tax, and that was the second reading on that one.
Yeah, so the hotel motel tax is basically what they call a room tax. And that's a fee basically paid by whoever is staying at the hotel or the Airbnb or bed and breakfast, depending on, what type of facility it is. And we were at 6%, and state law allows us to raise our rates up to 6% so we can capture more revenue. The majority of that revenue goes to the visitor services, and what they do is they help market communities to bring more people and put heads in beds at the hotel. So it's kind of the gift that keeps giving. The money comes in, they market it, more people come to Stoughton for our events or to visit, and then that room tax gets collected by the hotel and then paid to us on a quarterly basis.
All right. And then we had a first reading of Ordinance 3 of 2023, which talked about stormwater basin aesthetics.
Yeah, so as we have been growing here, one of the things that we had a request from one of the alders to change our guidelines as it comes to stormwater basins. These are usually the ponds that you find in areas for development that capture, the rain, especially during storms. And we really want them to look more naturalized. Typically in the developments, they run them parallel to roads or to lots for homes, and they get kind of squared off and they look pretty generic. So what we're trying to do is establish some language that developers will understand that we want the ponds to have a little bit more natural feature look and characterization to them.
All right. And then you have Resolution 17 to establish a public participation plan to amend the comprehensive plan.
Yes, so STI Holdings, which is Stoughton Trailers, recently purchased 182 acres out on the corner of Highway 51 and Highway B, all the way backing up towards Sand Hill School. And part of their plan is they have to go back and amend the comprehensive plan. The comprehensive plan we do every 10 years by state law, and that really kind of helps guide us toward our land use as we grow as a city. And several years ago, when Walmart was first contemplating building a new supercenter, that location was selected for that. So the course of that process, they did what we call a detailed neighborhood plan, which was really designed based on the Walmart and the conditions at the time for that. Some of the standards, typically, especially stormwater standards, have changed since then. And since the Walmart's not going to be built, I think what we're going to probably do is probably rescind the detailed neighborhood plan and reboot and go back to the original comprehensive plan. And then that allows Stoughton Trailers to go through that plan and make the amendments that'll be customized for their development.
And it looks like the next agenda item, Resolution 18, talks about cost reimbursement for that same project.
Yeah, so that project, what they have to do is, just kind of finishing up on the public participation plan. There's going to be public hearings and public meetings in order to go through that rezoning process and that comprehensive plan amendment. And then, they'll also be, working toward cost reimbursement. And what that is we can get reimbursed for engineers, city attorney, and some staff time as it relates to the work that we're going to do on that property, separate to the fees that we collect for building permits and such.
Okay. And then agenda item 11 was Resolution 19, and that is to set some park design guidelines.
Yeah, so this has been a multi-year project that Director Glenn has been working on. And really what we wanted to do is establish some expectations for developers as they come into Stoughton. Usually when you're working with developers, they like to know what the rules are, when they're putting together their concept plans and their subdivision, doing their design and engineering. And, and most of our developments will include a park. And so the design guidelines just really kind of lays out those expectations as far as, the amount of topography and some of the standards that we want. There's a point system built in that encourages the use of natural features and trail connections and things like that. Because we want to make sure that when there's a new development that the park really reflects the values of that neighborhood and the community in general. We want our parks to be able to connect through our trail systems and provide the amenities that people will enjoy.
All right. And then agenda item 12, Resolution 20, review and approve the financial agreement between the state of Wisconsin and the city of Stoughton for costs associated with reconstruction of South 4th Street from Milwaukee Street to Isham Street for 2025.
So it's part of the federal, what they call the BILLS program, which was federal grant money that was made available kind of post-pandemic to try to encourage development and give communities a shot in the arm. The federal government, through the MPO, which is kind of a Madison, metropolitan area group that works on development of roads and sidewalks and pedestrian and bicycle safety issues. The federal government basically allocated some funds to the state of Wisconsin to be administered by the MPO. And so we applied for multiple grants through that process, and we were selected for this project. And basically because of the pedestrian and bicycle connectivity to the Magnolia Springs and 4th Street and Isham Street where we're having projects going on. So as part of this, we have to have an agreement with the state of Wisconsin that we're going to go through and we're going to execute our plan. So this particular area we're planning on doing in 2025, so it'd be road work, sidewalk work, possibly some utility work that's still yet to be determined. And the grant amount, I believe, was like $600 and some thousand. So it's a significant amount of money. Our staff did a great job. They came up with multiple grant applications for this money, and this is the one that was selected. So we're thankful for that.
Awesome. And then agenda item 13 was Resolution 21 to authorize the proper city officials to issue a cigarette and tobacco product retail license to Madtown Smoke Shop 2, Inc.
So Madtown Smoke Shop, Inc. will be located between the Sherwin-Williams and the Emilio's, and they basically apply for a tobacco permit. And really under the state statute, we really don't have a lot of opportunity to challenge that if we want to. So, the permit will be approved and, they'll be opening here. It'll be nice to fill up the strip center there, the strip mall there that was built. And, I anticipate that now that that one is completed in full, that, Forward Development Group will probably look at, putting up some more commercial buildings.
All right. And the last agenda item was Resolution 22 to authorize a beer and wine license for Dairyland Desserts.
Dairyland Desserts is on Main Street, formerly the Big Sky Restaurant, and they're going to plan on serving beer and wine and have a dessert bar there, so we're hoping to see them open in the spring.
All right, and that was the end of the meeting. Well, thanks for joining me on Council Catch Up, and we'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Have a great day.